Something pretty surprising is going on with Donald Trump's New York case. There's a former Democrat hopeful for president in 2020, a bona fide liberal superhero, and probably the man most responsible for the fact that you and I even know Stormy Daniels' name, is now sounding the alarm against the Bragg prosecution, telling the world basically that this is the wrong case, this is the wrong time, and this is the wrong way to go about helping Joe Biden win another 4 years of destruction. And he might actually be willing to serve as a defense witness to stop it. And he's doing it all from the place that leftists and liberals and other intellectually compromised creatures hope to send Donald Trump himself. He's doing it from a federal prison.
And you join us at a very newsworthy time. Some of your lawyering led to the exposure of the evidence in this case. The New York trial now will be Donald Trump's first and possibly only trial this year. How do you assess the strength of the prosecution's case?
Well, I think what I'm about to say is going to surprise a lot of people, and that is that, I think this is the wrong case at the wrong time, Ari. I think that the case is in many ways stale at this juncture. You're talking about conduct that occurred some 8 years ago. I think the fact that it's occurring in state court in New York is a mistake. And I think that when you are going to potentially deprive tens of millions of Americans of their choice for the presidency of the United States, whether we agree with those folks or not, or regardless of what we may think of Donald Trump, I think it's a mistake to do it based on a case of this nature. I was hoping, frankly, that there would have been less hand-wringing, less bedwetting, and that the January 6th case would have been filed in a more timely manner. There's no excuse or reason as to why that case could not have been brought in 2021, and it should have been brought in 2021. And had it been brought in 2021, we would not find ourselves in the situation that we're in right now. Now, I know a lot of people have been critical of the United States Supreme Court and as well as the D.C. Circuit.
Yep.
I think those complaints are frankly misplaced.
Can you imagine Democrat superhero Michael Avenatti as a defense witness? I mean, this is a guy who knows everything you could possibly need to know about how to discredit Stormy Daniels. Now, obviously, that is probably not a very difficult task, right? But imagine the man who was essentially the architect of all the work that has been weaponized since he did it as a defense witness. I mean, regardless of whether you think he'd make a good witness, right? Which he says he's willing to do, according to a New York Post interview that he did. This much is true. This is a man who hates Donald Trump at least as much as anyone else on the entire planet. And he can see that this is not right. You do not take an expired misdemeanor and upgrade it to dozens of felonies and charge anyone like that. You definitely don't charge a former and future president of the United States like that. All while Congress works out legislation to essentially end the guy for good, right? This is not what you do if you respect or even care just a tiny, tiny little bit about democracy or justice. I mean, the game the Democrats are playing is a dangerous game, man, and it only ends one way. And when it ends, I promise you, they are everything they told you that Donald Trump was. And this is what this is, right? But that's just my take, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next